Good Sunday evening, fellow shavers. Tonight, I think I teased it a little bit. Those of you that look on my journal, I teased it a little bit saying that it was going to be a special shave tonight because I just felt compelled, and this is no dig on Nurse Dave and all, but I just felt that I needed to fully display the Tabacapalooza, as Barber Dave, I guess, would say, or Tabac extravaganza that sometimes goes on around here in my neck of the woods. Starting out with, you cannot start a shave until you're actually, clean. My whole routine is jumping in the shower and all. But Tabac luxury bath soap. And when I say luxury, it's the Calgon take me away kind of feeling I get when I use this. So the Tabac luxury bar soap in the shower, which does its thing, smells wonderful, a little bit different than a shave soap. Every one of these, I think Todd said it pretty well in his video and all. Every one has a slightly different scent profile, all in the same realm, and built upon each other, they form a symphony of good smells. So, and then of course, Tabac soap, shave soap. I already got that whipped up with my razor brush. The razor for the night, gonna be a classic. He's not German, but Austria is close enough, and Ulrich makes an awesome razor, and I love my 14s. And then aftershave lotion, of course, Tabac aftershave lotion. And then following up with a few glugs of Tabac eau de cologne, and a Fraulein within a mile is going to be irresistibly drawn, wanting to know where the guy is that actually knows about the awesomeness of Tabac. And they'll come running. And sometimes it causes a scene. Most of the time I'm able to diffuse the situation and get out of there with just maybe a hug. Sometimes a little more, but we won't go into that. Anywho, so good day today. It's Sunday. Going back to work tomorrow after a week hiatus. And the county doesn't like to have me off for too long because, they just need to get stuff done. And so going back in tomorrow, see what sort of chaos and pandemonium ensued while I was off for the week. And then actually they're sticking with the 50% crew, so we got, after next week, then I'll have another week off. And the missus is already on the warpath about you can be getting all kind of stuff done around the house while you're off, instead of goofing off and messing with your motorcycle and chatting with your shave buddies and staying up till all wee hours of the morning on a Zoom call, childish stuff like that. But she doesn't realize the importance of it. It's just muy mucho important, so. So Barber Dave's videos, as always, very informative. I'm very much looking forward to the SV, but the around the world trip with the different soaps. And products has been very entertaining. Adds to the never-ending list of things that, ooh, I'd like to try that, or ooh, I'd like to try that, which is good and bad. I told him my want to buy list. That I created. When I got my soap sample pass around there from Nurse Dave, went through the 120 plus soaps, narrowed it down to about 20 or 30 soaps that I really like the scent of. And then further narrowed that down on the ones that I really like the performance of, as well as the scent. And I got down to about 6 soaps. Number 1 on the list is the Panda Queen Nuavia Rosa. And no surprise to him, the next 2 were SV soaps. The Puncha and the Cubebe. But then I watched his video and early review of the Desert Vetiver, and that just sounds awesome. So I don't know what the hell I'm gonna do. So anywho, but the Nuavia Rosa is gonna be the first one, and after that it's a crapshoot about what I pull the trigger on. But I'm gonna hold off on getting until I use up another tub. I'm gonna try to exercise a little bit of self-control. I know Dave in Kentucky had a little bit of a hiccup, but I trust he'll get back out on the 1508.5 plan and keep going with his plans and all. But you know, like I think it's Jenny Craig or one of them. They have, you know, they build in cheat days and all that kind of stuff. So I mean, it's not natural to stick with one thing forever and ever and all. I mean, if anything tells you, you just look in nature how, you know, variety. So Nurse Dave didn't really dig on the performance of Tabac soap, which not many people do. And I'm not going to put it up there and say that it's, you know, super duper elite and this and that, but it's just a good solid soap. Easy lather. Lather sticks around, doesn't dissipate very easily. Really wide margin for the water. Nice slickness. But for him, the scent. And the scent is very polarizing. You know, some people like Brussels sprouts, some people don't. Some people hate sauerkraut, some people love it. Some people walk around downtown San Francisco and don't really notice an offensive odor. Other people do, you know, that kind of thing. So, but you can't force anybody to like something that they don't like. And but he tried it, and I do give him total credit for that. He was a trooper. Now I also sent him Sella, which most likely, because he likes to smell, we'll see how he does with that. But yeah, if he doesn't like that, then, you know, that's okay too. At least he got to try. And that's the whole reason I sent the samples was, it's like, all right, well, you got early on in his wet shaving extravaganza, he got turned on to the artisan soaps, which are very good, and it'll spoil you. So I understand that. And then you're kind of adverse. You're saying to yourself, well, I already know what the really good stuff is. Do I want to take and spend shaves and be using stuff that's okay, but not great? And I'm with you, I'm with you. But I do think if for nothing at all, you try out the ones that everybody has tried, and then you have perspective, and then you have a common thing to judge something by, where now we can say, well, it's slicker than Tabac, or easier to lather than Tabac, or it sticks around longer than Tabac, and just leave the smell part out of it, because that is the most suggestive part. But the performance, it's either there or it's not. Now, where he gets old lady that likes to smoke out of this, I'll never know, but everybody's nose is different. And all. But I will caution him that if anybody ever offers to send him some cologne or aftershave, like Todd said, it's a different scent. Similar, but different. And then the bath soap, different scent. It's kind of like I said, they just build on one another. So, but hope I'm not rambling on too much about Tabac. So, and then I did have to spend part of my day today. I did a sweep of my house and checking for radio waves emanating, outgoing radio waves, and radiating from my house. Some individual, I believe, is eavesdropping on me, and unless he's got access to pretty high-end burst type transmitters, which are pretty expensive and highly regulated. I don't think he has access to those. I don't know, but haven't yet to be able to haven't found any listening devices, but highly suspicious activity lately on the forum. Knowing one step ahead of me, which is, I don't like that. That's not a good feeling. So, but this could have been a coincidence. And Pat down in Texas got his, tested his second razor that I did for him. So the one I did with the Shogun treatment, and the other one I did with Arkansas translucent. And now The Shogun edge took a little payment out in blood, and the Arkansas edge didn't. But that doesn't necessarily mean that one is better than the other. Just he might have had a little bit of an off day, might have not been paying attention and all. But he said he liked them both. So, and as Barbara Day said, plenty of residual slickness here to do your buffing strokes or your cleanups. Some people don't like that. Some people like it to wash off really clean. Like Chris's tonsorial soap. It washes pretty daggone clean. Doesn't take much. And it's all washed off. So got some weird angle growth goes on this one cheek. I don't know why. I guess it's like a facial calic or something. Maybe that's something. Got myself a little bit. Something that Barbara Dave can comment on. I think they learn about all that. Calyx and directions of growth and all of that stuff. My stepdaughter, she's a cosmetologist. Not different than a barber, I know, Dave, but all the things that she had to learn. It is, there's a bit more to it than people think than just picking up a pair of scissors and a pair of clippers and having at it, or slapping on some chemicals and, well, you're blonde, well, you're brunette. So she did all that. So there we are with our Tabacular Shave. Clean out my bowl here. Hope you guys out west there, I think you're supposed to be getting a break on the heat, and then we'll see. I was watching the weather. That hurricane made landfall here a couple hours ago. It's gonna be pushing inland, so look out there, Dave, in Kentucky. Some water gonna be heading your way, eventually gonna make it up our way, I guess. And they're already trying to start to get the panic button pushed for a bad hurricane season. And next thing you know, Greta Thunberg will be out saying, how dare all you create all these hurricanes, or whatever, I don't know. So, now this is just a little bottle that I fill up from my big bottle. And so good bit of the old Tabac aftershave. Oh yeah. See, now if I turn on my fan, my bathroom fan discharges straight up out the roof, and there'll be 4 or 5 women who'll stop dead in their tracks and start looking around. It's kind of like, you know how Burger King, they blow the smoke from the flame grilled burgers up and out, and you're going down the road, and all of a sudden you catch a whiff of somebody's cooking burgers. That's the kind of effect this can have. But then on top of it, if you put on the cologne, then it just intensifies it. So a little bit there, a little bit there. Oh yeah. Whew. Now see, to my nose, the cologne starts out more peppery and smoky, and has a much deeper, darker kind of smell to it. The aftershave is still kind of a little bit more flowery, kind of like the soap, but not that much on initial. And then on dry down, it kind of goes into the darker scents part of it. But I'm not good with the scents and all that stuff. I'll be the first to admit that. It's hard for me to describe them. Sometimes I think I confuse people more than I help them and all. So, but that's pretty much concludes the Tabac extravaganza and all. And even if you didn't feel like being the smokiness and all that stuff, they've got this one. They've got two other ones. They've got a fire one that's a red bottle, looks just like this, but it's red. Then they got Craftsman, which is a gray bottle for aftershave and cologne. I haven't been able to get those two yet, but those are on deck. I'll be getting them as soon as I can and all. So Tabac's not done. They're just getting started. And you can't, it's kind of like, I don't know, kind of like an avalanche. Once it gets going, you just let it wash over you. You can't fight it. So, all right, guys, good talking with you. This went kind of long because I was babbling and rambling. I think you maybe can see that I have a little bit of enthusiasm for these products. So I'll talk to you guys later.